We have not gotten any new information on The Wolf Among Us 2 this year, or anything really from Telltale Games, so I want to give my personal thoughts and opinions about what I think might be happening. I think it's obvious that The Wolf Among Us 2 is currently in development hell. The game is unrealistically taking like a long time to make. Like I said before, and I will say it again, I don't know how game development works. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on it. But from what we've seen with The Wolf Among Us 2, all the trailers, all the screenshots we've seen, the game looks far from being finished, and I don't know how that's even possible. I think their dev team is really small, but a part of me thinks that they're not entirely working on The Wolf Among Us 2 because of some reason, or they had to restart the story development of the entire game possibly, but for some reason they won't admit it. From what we've seen, it's only the beginning of the game that's been completed, and they've been like afraid to show anything else or really give us like a proper update on The Wolf Among Us 2, because before they were really confident in The Wolf Among Us 2. They were showing like a bunch of behind the scenes. They were talking about like development. They actually showed like a behind the scene pictures. I remember a while ago, like in the very beginning, they showed concept art, but now for some reason The Wolf Among Us 2, they're not showing that anymore. I want to talk more about the Telltale Games website. The layout of the website looks to be like a mess. As you can see, it's a lot of things stopped working on the website itself. As you guys remembered, I talked about there not being like Wolf Among Us 2 screenshots anymore, and people theorized, and I even theorized that, hey, maybe they're gonna show like a new updated version since they removed the screenshots. But it turns out screenshots have been removed in all the games. The Expanse doesn't have its screenshots anymore. Batman Shadows Edition does not even have it. Same with the first Wolf Among Us, and I'm assuming this is the same with all the others. The privacy policy, I mentioned this as well. This is a different font up here. This is such a weird detail. I think it's the same font, but this is not bold. And if you look over here, for example, this tab, this is bold. If you go to the forums, if you click on my account, it shows that this is an error page. You're still able to access it if you go to like my account, for example, like right here. Guys, just look at the copyright below. 2024. It's June right now. I don't think Telltale Games is doing well per se, and I think with all these website changes, a part of me thinks that the weirdest theory I have at the moment is that their website is kind of being expired, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word. Like, you know how like you buy like a website per se, or I don't know, you're basically owning a website. I think the process of like owning a website, I don't know, it's kind of confusing because I'm not going to pretend I know it, is that I would assume that they're putting money on like having their own website, or money was used to like build a website per se. I don't think The Wolf Among Us 2 is releasing anytime soon, and this sucks because I was really happy about it, but like, I think if Telltale Games' website themselves are a mess and their social media is a mess, their social media is only advertising like new games, or not new games, I wish it was new games. They're only advertising like new sales with their old games because they desperately need the money. A part of me thinks that The Wolf Among Us 2 or Telltale Games, I think realistically, I think Wolf Among Us 2 might release still. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Telltale Games themselves quietly shut down or not release anything new for the time being. I hate saying that, I really do hate saying that, but a lot of people are really negative about Telltale Games and their situation. The only hope I have right now is that they will release a video update talking about, hey, The Wolf Among Us 2 is coming, or if they're going to show up at the Nintendo Direct, because I think there's one rumored for this month, but I don't even know if that's happening, and I feel like it'd be weird for Telltale Games to be at Nintendo Direct. But yeah, I want to know what you guys' thoughts about this. I really do love Telltale Games, and I really am trying my best to be positive, but I've seen a lot of people being upset after the Summer Game Fest that The Wolf Among Us 2 isn't coming, and it's kind of weird to think about The Wolf Among Us 2 maybe not coming out this year. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. I just want to give my thoughts and show you guys that the website seems to be breaking down, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets any worse from here on out. But yeah, I'll see you guys later for another video, and if you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later for another video. Bye everyone!